Good
Hey,
point. All right. Hey, so that was Mike. So I wanted to try doing a just chatting stream for once. Maybe let you guys get to know me, since I'm always dancing back behind the decks and I don't really ever get to talk to y'all. I am also here with um, Crow, Ian, and
Hello.
Haley.
hey guys, what's up?
So we're all related by a love for D&D. So we have Haley, who is our resident DM, and we were going to talk a little bit about your campaign ideas.
I mean, we've got a few, and thankfully, Crow and Ian have been with me for a while. They know my style, and I'm not the only DM. I will say, Crow has been my co-DM on occasion.
You have had two co-DMs, neither of which were me.
No, I
Because
I
I'm
need
not good at DMing.
I do need to work with you. No, I will
Yeah.
admit my first campaign, The Mess, was actually based on someone else's work, and I was kicked from that group. So I took it and I ran with it. Unfortunately, not. Ian, were you part of that one? Was that?
Which one?
No, you weren't part of the White Lotus, were you?
The what?
That answers my question. No. So that one was a. I'm trying to think the first one that I did with you guys. Which what was the first one I did with you guys?
I think the first campaign that we ever did was York. The one I remember, the first one we ever did together, I think was either your campaign. Yeah, I think it was just your campaign that we ended up starting. See,
The one
it's the one I remember at least.
I think the first one I did with you two was the one where y'all went with Crow. Was it the one with Zeke and Vespera?
It was the one where we were journeying through Hells for the first time, yes.
Oh yeah, that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the one I was
Yeah.
referring to. I think.
Okay, so
Fairy,
that
how
was
dare you? I am
that.
not food. I am not food. How dare you?
Um, and I had such high hopes.
So,
No, that one was a mess.
yeah. Continue.
But that was
But yeah, no, that it got
that was
messed
kind
up
of
halfway through.
yeah, it was kind of that, but it was also like the second game I remember playing with you.
Granted, I admit at that time I had no source books except for the monster manual. I still do not actually have the Dungeon Master Guide. We do not talk about why I avoid that book like the plague. But halfway through that campaign, I was dating one of the other players at the table, and we had a messy breakup. Which tip for anyone who wants to play a D&D: do not date anyone at the table. It can be very bad for the campaign. So it was a mess after that. Actually, this campaign is going to reintroduce one of the characters that was born during that campaign. I'm excited for that much.
Nice.
So.
Ooh. Okay, that actually makes me curious because I know a few characters, but there is only one character I mainly remember from that was born during that campaign.
If you are talking about Raven, no, Raven will not be making an appearance.
I know. I know. Raven
That,
is
that was,
not entirely like her father.
I'm
Those of
excited to
you,
see what you guys.
those of you in chat who don't get this, it's a character relationship between one of Haley's characters and one of my characters, and they ended up having a child. So, yeah, Raven is the name
We
of the
have that.
child.
I think that's one of the tropes I use the most is that one of the player characters has a kid either before the campaign begins or during the
During the
campaign.
campaign. Yeah.
Yeah. Although they do make for lovable NPCs. I mean, I still remember you guys. I had to go silent mode, so Crow here was my middle man, and I absolutely adored it. I loved it. All I sent him was that her bones were not put together, and he went on this whole. I want to be a writer. This guy should be a writer because his description is amazing.
I've probably got the knowledge to be a writer. I just don't have the time or patience to be a writer. Because that is a lot of work and a lot of writing or typing. I am not one for a lot of writing or typing. I am more practical work, not written work.
I figure out how the hell I got the attention of a published author who wants to read my book, which this campaign is taking place in the world of the book. Kind of after the book. Hold on, let me see. Echo cancellation.
Hold on.
So, for those of you who haven't figured this out, this is not like my normal streams at all. This was actually all Haley's idea, and I thank her for that brilliant idea. And while you can't see them, you can definitely see them over there, actually. I'm hoping I'm pointing the right direction, because their little reactives are down there. Haley is the one in the center.
Is that any...
What?
It should be a little bit better.
Is that any... Okay.
Yeah.
So, no, I actually have a question for these two. And actually, Kebab, I would like to have your answer to this too. Is there something you guys want to see from me in this campaign? Because Bob, I am going to convince Rumble to let you be a player since we had a player quit.
Ah, I see. So.
Oh yeah.
One of the big things I absolutely love in the campaign is when a DM is just humorous, and when a DM has a good sense of humor. So just any form of fun humor.
Basically, we're screwed then.
How dare you? Ian, what about you?
What?
Me?
Is there anything you want to see from me this campaign, Ian? Besides Raven?
Me. No, I don't mind if Raven makes an appearance or not. As for other things, I don't know. I don't actually know, to be completely honest. I guess really just the bonds that the characters make along the way. I'd like to see a lot of that happening, because as with the last campaign, and Haley, you would know this because you literally ran the campaign, it literally changed my last character from being cold-hearted and didn't want to be a part of anything to actually trying to get along with the characters. I feel like that could be the same with the character I have now, even though this one's not a dragon, he's just made of stone.
Rumble is going to love you. I will already tell you that. He absolutely adores that your character has given him the little thing he needs for his side plot in this. I am not allowed to speak more on that because it's a campaign. You guys got to figure it out as you go.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Fair enough.
Crow, what about you? Anything you want to see from me this time?
In terms of what I want to see, genuinely, I can't rightly answer that because my character in this one is designed for shenanigans. He is there to be the gap filler for when characters can't really show up, given he's, spoiler alert, a druid. But he's just sort of going to be there and causing stuff to happen. That's what he is. He's basically just a DM plot hook when needed. So
you've said that. You, a sniper, and Kebab to kind of use the way I need. So I'm going to say this much for what I would like to see from players. I mean, y'all are amazing players. I'm not really asking for much. Actually, there's not much that I want to see different. I want to see the same old love and, getting along that I always get, and adding Bob to the table. I already know that y'all are going to welcome him with open arms. You guys always do. It's always so amazing to add someone new to the table because of how open everyone is. But because Bob is joining the table, I think we should do a little demonstration of how we do certain plot points when there are different ways the story could go.
Fairy
So-
says, all this
Oh.
D&D talk is fully making me want to start up my campaign again. Also, exclamation.
I mean,
Fairy, how dare you? I am not food.
Fairy,
aw.
I have heard very good things about you, Fairy. Let me get 2 of my D20s out here real quick, and I will show you using these 2. Do this. So, say there's an NPC in trouble.
Oh no.
Oh god.
So,
Yep.
one of my favorites to use is actually the one that I was talking about where the girl was on the ship and one of the gods was targeting her. And as she was targeting her, this poor girl was going through a lot, and they had several chances to save them. So I am currently rolling 2 d20s. Mind you, this is the only time I fudge any of my rolls. I make sure that you guys have a chance to do good and a chance to do bad. So, Ian, honey, darling, sweetheart,
Yo,
healer,
reverse.
Crow, black and white or deep blue?
Oh, time to regret it, but I'm going that panda.
So we're running on a black and white, which in this case is actually a nat 1. So on this table,
Damn it.
they would have actually saved her. That was not
Oh
their
wait.
Reacted a little too soon there, did you, Ian?
I forgot it was a reverse. And I picked it was a reverse.
You picked it. You
I
picked
know.
that.
I picked it was a reverse and I forgot it was a reverse.
I always have the fun I always have fun with these little choices that they do. I like to say it's them picking their trauma, choosing their trauma. I think Crow actually used that term.
Choose your own trauma, or it's a choose your own route for therapy.
So
I don't need therapy.
I love it. And usually after I reveal what has happened to the character, I will sit there and I'll be like, do you really want to know what the role was? And I will straight up tell them. Most of the time, it's absolutely hilarious how much my dice like me. I will almost always end up with a nat 20 being the good roll. And every time they pick the nat 20, it is the reverse table.
Yeah.
No, I really enjoy these things. The main point of that campaign was to get down, face the god of death, actually a goddess of death at the time. One of the characters took the place of the goddess. And then they had to get back up. And I'm telling you, I said I didn't care if they died because they were level 20 characters at this point. I was like, if it's a total party kill, it's a total party kill. They just go right back down there. And they hang out with the goddess of death. I did not expect Vecna to be such a strong opponent, and I wasn't the one who ran him. At the time, I was letting Crow run the battles because I was still learning. Because I'm basically self-taught here. And
Wait, Vecna made an appearance?
Right near the end, yes.
Right there at the very end, you guys had to
Was
fight.
this on
You
one?
might.
Was this on one of the sessions I missed? Because I don't remember that.
I believe
You
you
were
were
probably
there.
asleep.
Yeah, you had passed out on us. And as you do a lot of the time. At this point
Did you tell the entire chat that, didn't you?
I'm not gonna lie, you live across the sea right where it's really hard for you. And we respect you and disconnect you so you don't embarrass yourself. And I've fallen asleep in the freaking chat, talking to Edge on occasion. But no, you guys were just there. They just had to get past one more gate, and they were going to be back in the real world. And I believe at this time, Crow had made Jason Todd in D&D, which if anyone remembers who that is Red Hood from the Bat family. And
that's what
it was a total party kill that I was not ready for. I did not think they were actually going to die. So I had my warrior goddess and goddess of death. Well, did we have the god of death after that? Or did I?
Something intervened.
So, and actually the last campaign was, it was interesting, actually. It was the first time that there was some questions about one of my players' honesty. We had to switch to using an online bot, which I don't like. The online bots hate me. I always roll horrible with them. But we had to switch to using an online roller because we weren't completely trusting the roles of a certain player.
Which player was this again?
I'm not naming them. I am not going to name them, but... And if they're in his chat, they know who they are, because they have a problem with Rumple now because of it. But Rumple and I were both kind of sitting there like, if one of us doesn't trust it, we kind of need a way to make sure that we all trust it. And I still remember last campaign's last session, because it was one of the more fun ones until the first session of this campaign. I had an NPC who was my online dad's daughter, Evelyn. Not Evelyn. It's not Evelyn. Was it Evelyn? No, it was Rosalind. And she was saved from a shipwreck where she had been raised by hags at this point. She had been on the ship for 50 years. She was blind. She was the daughter of the captain and one of the players. And it was her destiny to become the death god. Mm-hmm. Well, the way it turned out, I was going to have her betray them early on in the campaign. Early on.
Wait, really?
I was going to have her turn on you guys. And then Kazu came to my table, and I didn't really want to pull it on Kazu because I felt like that would be a very bad first impression for me as a DM to Kazu. And then when Kazu left the table, the table to join Meadowmere, I was like, okay, well now I'll do it. But by that time, Infernal had gotten really close to her. It was going to hurt him and Luna's characters, and I don't.
You didn't want to hurt. As much as you love them, you don't want to hurt them.
As much as I love hurting you guys, like as much as I love throwing trauma at you guys, because that's what. You didn't
want to do that.
I didn't want to hurt my own online dad. I didn't want him pulling away from me because I did something like that. So I was like, okay, never mind. I'm not going to do it. Well, we finally get to the final session. Infernal's not at the table. Luna's not at the table. A lot of people have left the table for reasons, be it I kicked them or they just left. And we get there. She does the ascension, and Crow here can attest. I was like, hold on a second. Let me just pull an old trick that one of my friends taught me. I rolled a d6 for her new alignment, and then I busted out laughing. Because the final session, she turned on them.
Instead of them being turned on early on, we got turned on at the end. I just realized that.
Bob, were you going to say something?
I was gonna say, I distinctly remember this story, and didn't she turn chaotic evil?
She went from this neutral character to chaotic evil. And then we had it set, because both of the campaigns were connected, so the goddess of death that they all beat was Rosalind, who had taken on Amara's form, Amara's name, completely.
Mm-hmm.
She was a different person. This campaign, I will say this much, because I don't know if she's going to make an appearance or not. I have gone back to the character that took over last time, which Crow can attest was one of his characters. But since he doesn't want to play the character, and I don't think I can do it justice, I have gone and taken Vespera, who was really close to his character in the campaign. And she is now the goddess of death in this world. Zeke might make an appearance eventually, but if he does, it's going to be just to spy on them, report back to Vespera, and then Vespera is going to pop up and just know what's going on. So, sorry, Crow. I don't think I can do your character justice. Not the way you did him.
No, he's a very unique one. He's hard for almost anyone else that doesn't know me to roleplay, and even when they do know me, it's hard to mimic me.
I don't
It's hard to be someone that you're not.
It's hard to really play him.
I have this problem with everyone. Kazu handed me her character, King of Hiratsune, while they were in Hiratsune at the time. And I was like, nope, I'm just going to have the Phoenix fly in, give his daughter what she needs, fly out. That was all I could do with him. For this campaign, I am going to openly discuss this. With your two permission, I would like to openly discuss what happened with this campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Ian?
Yep, well.
Do I have your permission to discuss what happened in this first session of this campaign?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
So, little backstory, I haven't been DMing since, I think it was like October or November of last year, because I was working on building this world. And right before the session, I called my co-DM and I was like, look, we need to get them to the castle. We need to get them to take this quest. I don't know how to do that. And so we were aiming to put the barbarian in a bar fight. Looking back, I don't think we would have succeeded because the barbarian is this sweet southern gal, absolutely adorable, love her. Maybe stream, if we start using Bob to stream our sessions, you guys will see what I mean by that. So I immediately saw that we were going to have an issue with that. And then Crow over here is playing a lizard folk. Crocodile, yep. Exactly. And they're entering a mostly human town. So already, we've got a drow coming in. She's going to probably, this next session, she's probably going to see some adverse attitudes. We have an Earth Genasi, played by our lovely Ian here. He's probably going to see a little bit of tude. But the lizard folk walked up to the gate, and both of the guards, played by me and Codium, had asked everybody to state their business. So we asked him to state his business. He does so. He gets in. He gets into the kingdom, and my guard, I wasn't even expecting him to react. I was not. He just goes, "Don't expect good hospitality. We don't accept people like you here."
Yeah.
And this gator with magic, of course. It's winter, so the ice could have happened naturally anyway, but I didn't have it set that way. So he freezes the ground under the guard, and the guard falls flat. And the other one's the alarm that we need to arrest this guy. So
and some of our characters got dragged into it. I get that's for story purposes, but still, my character is going to be angry at them for that.
No, I made it as rough as possible. I wanted to actually have a challenge with certain things that were going to come up at the end of the session. So the drow character, when she gets to the castle, mind you, they have arrived during the first snow in this kingdom. They got to experience the Festival of the Blue Rose, which is my wintertime festival for this world. And so while they are in the palace, they got a wonderful gift, but I'm getting ahead of myself. But the Drow character is actually a royal of the Underdark, is how we put it. If anyone knows the name Ben Ray, that was the last name of the character, and we have made it where it's not just a house in Menzoberranzan, it is the royal family in the Underdark at this point. That was actually their backstory. I loved it. I can work with that, because I wasn't actually planning on using any actual D&D lore. It was going to be my world, just my world lore.
What? Lore?
The lore.
But we still got the Underdark, and I'm kind of glad we do, because she said the name, and I flipped out, and I'll explain later why. But she goes to see the queen, and I'm like, okay, here's my chance. This is my chance to get them to accept this quest. So they sit there, I pull her aside, we have this conversation while my Codium is doing who knows what with the rest of the party. What were you guys doing while I was doing that?
Honestly, it was just stuff. It was just a little
They were just they were just sitting there while I'm busy whipping up stuff in the kitchen.
Yeah.
No. Oh, that came later. I do remember returning to someone sewing up something for the lizard folk because he is cold-blooded.
Yeah, that was Sniper's character.
Yes, Sniper's character. I love the secret of his character as well, because we're gonna take it. We're gonna use it later in the campaign. But I get her character convinced. I get this princess of the Underdark convinced that she needs to help me convince the rest of the group to take this quest. So she comes back and she spouts off everything that the queen told her. This other kingdom is dangerous. It's going to destroy the world. Which, admittedly, that's not entirely the goal of the kingdom, but it is something that is possible, and she wants to stop it. So she wants to save the world from this chaotic new religion, kind of like people in the Greek mythology wanted to stop Dionysus. You know, they wanted to stop that.
Dionysius.
I mean, I've heard it pronounced both ways, so I will say it both ways.
Fair.
But so I convince her, she convinces them, and then comes the part that I tried to make really hard, because the captain of the guard is jostling them around. She was rude to them all the way to the palace. And then Mr. Butt with the lizard folk makes gumbo for everyone, throws out the royal kitchen staff, and makes jambalaya.
No, he didn't throw them out. They just ended up watching.
Well, the point is they didn't do their job that night. And they also threw out the royal customs. Everybody ate at the same time. And the queen, everybody was expecting the queen to be mad at this gator about it. And she's just like, no, whatever. One night. It's just one night where we're going to throw out the royal rules. It might turn into 2, depending on how the next session goes. But she was just like, I'm not messing with him. He looks scary. I'm not going to do it. And then while they're eating, the queen's daughter, who is the captain of the guard, she knows that they've accepted the quest because she was there when they accepted it. And now my goal is to get her to go with them. Like I said, she was rude as crap. I figure it's going to be a fight, but I'm hoping to do it because I have plans for her later on. And she walks up to the 2 females of the group, the Southern Belle and the Drow. And she's just like, she accidentally lets slip, we better get some rest so we can go on the adventure. And then she covered her mouth. And when she was asked about it, she's like, well, I was kind of hoping to go with you because I've been trapped in this palace for my entire life. And no questions asked. She's accepted. So I honestly don't think it could have gotten any better than it did, minus a few issues with like the amount of times people interrupted each other, including you, Ian.
I'm not denying that.
How many times did I have to start that one line because I kept using Boulder Boy? And you kept
Alright, to be fair, that was more something you guys created, not me.
I know, but my character looks at Boulder Boy, you interrupted. My character looks at Boulder Boy, you interrupted again. My character looks at Boulder Boy, everybody laughs. I think I had to learn like 4 fucking times before I finally got it out. And then I said they received a gift. So while Mr. Boy over here is Mr. Gator over here is in the kitchen doing jambalaya, I need something for the others to do. There's an altar with a bunch of gifts because it is the Festival of the Blue Rose. Their thing, instead of receiving gifts, they give gifts to the goddess of winter, praying, hoping that the winter won't be as harsh. This was one of the characters I had to rewrite.
Fail.
So this is one of the characters I had to rewrite. They didn't quite like her the last time she was there. Admittedly, they had a reason. I kind of made her a bit of a witch to deal with. But they had to deal with the goddess of winter. Rumble got mad at me because for a minute he thought I was going to start something because the goddess of winter got upset. One of her many servants had gotten greedy, and rather than deliver the present to the altar for her to pick up as an offering, the servant has taken it. And that is going to come up later on. I'm excited for you guys to find out what happens when that happens.
I'm not.
You're never excited. You always think I'm up to something bad. I'm working on that, though.
You are most of the time.
Most of the time, but not this time! Ugh. Give me a chance, Ian, before you start writing off this campaign as I'm trying to kill you guys.
I'm not writing it off as that just yet.
Crow, what the heck was that laugh about?
Don't worry about it.
I mean, I have a backup plan if you all die, but I'm trying not to have that because you know I'm not by the book due to trauma. But anyway, everyone in the group got a bag of holding to help them pack. Everybody got accommodated.
Everyone was offered a bag, not everyone took one.
Just because you didn't take it doesn't mean it wasn't given, but it was given.
I know. I said everyone was given, but not everyone took one.
So, I'm excited because later on in the campaign, we are going to visit your character's homeland. That is one of the things I have.
Like mine.
Your character, the only way your character exists, and we covered this while we were in session, is for it to come from the island of crystals, also known as Crystalline.
Oh, yeah.
And it is planned for you guys to visit that island. That is actually one of the places where I have something new that I'm going to try, because I'm new to loot tables. I have never done loot tables. So, thank you for that notification, Bob. But I'm excited. There is that there's a loot table on that island. That is the only loot table I have set. Me and Rumble are working on it because I think you guys are going to visit the marketplace not this Saturday. As you guys remember, I'm doing every other Saturday due to stress related.
In all honesty, that's good for me too, being an event of my own is coming up on that day.
I will also admit there may be a couple where I don't show up at all.
Yeah, it's all good. Besides my own personal campaign, I'm running in the gaps between yours.
Yes, I've been warned about that by Sniper. I'm happy to see you back in DMing after you. We had to. I never got the hiatus. During the entire hiatus, I was not able to do what I promised the server I would do, which was upset. I am a person who likes to keep my promises.
It was more other situations coming up on my end that I couldn't really focus on DMing for a while, even when I thought I could. So.
Well, I reached out to Asmodia. We tried to set something up. Something came up with him, specifically his son, I'm still waiting for the day that I can actually ask him to sit at the table, because I really would like to hear one of my favorite DMs give me feedback. It has been a really long time since I've had an official DM sit there and give me feedback, like a DM that I've watched, that I've seen, not only do his work, do his stuff, but I've like followed him as he's gone through things. The last one that I truly felt like I wanted their approval with, Ian, you'll remember who that was. That was Balthy.
Oh, yeah, I remember him.
Our last conversation ended with him not even giving me advice on how to fix the problem. He didn't even tell me how to fix it. He just pointed at it and said, "This is what you're doing. This is disappointing. And by the way, you're a disappointing author as well." Straight up just kept calling me a disappointment to my face in our last conversation that we had.
Damn.
So, as much as I would love to talk to him again, Rumpel and I are both.
Iffy on talking about to him.
We don't think that I could handle it if he did come back at this point, because I'll be completely honest, I am that person who has sat here waiting for that door to open, even though I know it's not going to open. I've had so many things to say. I actually had a panic attack because for a while I thought he was reaching out to me on TikTok. It turned out to be someone else. But, like, both the published author that I am now working with to try to build my writing, maybe not publish it, but build my writing skill, Rumpel, me, a lot of people are telling me that not only is it not going to open, but even if it did try, I should basically lock it. Crow, what are you up to?
Nothing.
Bob
Yeah,
not doing
why
anything.
do I not believe
Bob
that?
not causing problems.
No, Bob and I are already on the same page. We don't believe you.
Yeah, especially when you say it in that tone, it's just like, oh, nothing. And when you hold it out like that, that's the suspicious part.
Bob's not causing problems. He's being a good lizard.
Oh, I'm sure that him.
Bob had no idea what you're talking about. Bob being a good behavior.
It's good lizard.
Bullshit.
The one good thing about my table, and I'm going to brag on my table just a little bit, they're not just friends in campaign. They meet someone new, and that person instantly becomes their friend. We just had a friend, unfortunately, leave the server, but almost immediately.
That's for personal reasons, though, why he ended up leaving. So if anyone asks why, just know it's personal matters.
Mm-hmm.
It's a thing. Everybody in this chat knows what it is. The stream does not need to know. But
yeah, true.
Unfortunately, and I do know that one of my players, absolute doll, love her to death. She's playing the Southern Belle. She was so excited. She literally, the minute the person entered the chat to listen to our last session, she was up and new friend, automatic new friend. And most of my are absolutely wonderfully welcoming. I'm trying to get my brother at the table, and I know that as soon as he joins, should he still have questions, because I'm trying to answer all the questions away from the table so we don't have to worry about the flow of the session when he joins. But should he still have questions, I've got Crow over here, wonderful with advice. Ian, absolutely amazing, friendly, already knows the person too. Like, everybody already. Panzer. I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get him in. Granted, he's not able this this campaign unless we have to kick Edge from the table for not showing up enough. But even then, I'm probably not going to, because by the time we decide that, it's going to be way into the campaign, way too late for someone random to just show up. Meanwhile, this next
It's never too late.
might not be. We'll see how it goes, because, I mean, me adding Bob, that is my decision. Rumple might disagree with it, but we're going to add Bob, because I want to see him at the table, and I want to see him in action, because he said that he is co-DM'd. I would love to see him play, just play at my table.
Absolutely, and I'm really, really, really excited to start forming and carrying. If I can fucking speak English properly, I am really actually. I'm actually really super excited to start working on a character and starting to, like, as much as I hear you talk about your universe, like, I would really. I'm excited to finally get my boots dirty and start actually walking in the waters of your universe. Yeah.
So the current universe of the lore is really what's planned for my book, which, mind you, I've had this story in my head for 7-8 years now, and I've never managed to write.
Time.
But basically, right now, the major lore, you have RuneSweep, which is the Shadow Realm, separated from the regular world by a veil. No, it is not the Land of Death. It is just a shadow world filled with shadow demons. And
hello.
The major thing about the shadow world and the real world is they are all connected by the pantheon of gods. The shadow world has a few of the darker powered gods, like the god of poison, the goddess of stars, the goddess of the moon, which is actually the character that Ian mentioned earlier, married to his character, and actually is technically home to the goddess of the sun, but the goddess of the sun will refuse to acknowledge her connection for reasons I will go into. Of course, the real world has the full pantheon of the other gods. But the major thing about it is the shadow world was home to Dalcrion, god of evil. He is the father of the goddess of the sun, the goddess of the moon, the stars, and the god of shadows, which he conveniently names Shadow. You can hear from Ian. I've thrown Shadow at them before. They don't like Shadow. Shadow is a bitch.
Yep. To put it lightly.
Oh no, I'm so happy you fell asleep one time during the last campaign. Pelly brought it back.
Yeah, I know. I know. Pelly told me that as well.
But it was a fun little mechanic. It was fun. But he's also got another daughter. However, this daughter has been prophesized to be his destruction.
Fun.
So Dalcrion hands her off to her oldest sister, the goddess of the sun, and tells her to get rid of it. Throw the child in the sun. Get rid of it. Don't care what you do. Use the Olympian gem to mortalize her and kill her. Well,
just for those who don't know, the Olympian gem is pretty much their god's version of kryptonite for Superman.
It was actually Rumple helped me come up with how it was actually created, which was very interesting. It's Shadow's wife who came up with it. I cannot remember what we called her. I cannot remember her name right now.
I forgot Shadow had a wife.
No, not Shadow. Dalcrion. It was Dalcrion's wife that actually created. And unfortunately, Dalcrion killed her. So she
was nice.
She was wonderful, but okay, you're thinking of a different one. You're thinking of Galaxia, and Galaxia has been removed from that position for a reason.
Oh.
So, but that queen, who was ironically the goddess of light, she was killed by the Olympian gem. But instead of killing her, the goddess of the sun takes her sister, mortalizes her, and instead of killing her, sets her down in this village that is dedicated to the god of magic. 5-6 years pass, and Dalcreon finally learns that she's still alive. He's not happy, so he sends his general, Shadow, to get rid of her. He knows that she's mortal. He knows that she's not dead, so he sends Shadow in. Unfortunately, the girl loses her entire village at that time.
Oh,
But
yeah, I remember this story.
This is the only lore in the world, Ian. This is the only
I
lore.
know.
For
I know, and it's so sad as well.
For now. But the girl then grows up with the goddess of death, disguised as a hag. Makes a friend with a swordsmith, a weapon master. And then, and this part is written. All of this is written. I'm having trouble moving past what I'm about to tell you guys. When she goes to the capital city, the demons attack again. She becomes a hero of the city. Basically survives.
Yay.
However, as the story continues, and this is where I have bare bone ideas, basically Lena, the little girl, Lena, is told that she is to save the world of the gods and mortals because Dalcreon has taken over, kind of like Hades and Hercules, he has taken over the gods and the mortal world. She has no idea that he's her father. She has no idea who he really is. So she goes out to find the god killer, and unfortunately, Dalcreon not only beats her to it, he uses it against her. So she does end up dying, which was, it's been a staple in her. But what he does is instead of fully just leaving it alone, he decides, let me make let me make the strongest ever. So he creates a goddess of battle for the Shadow World. She rises up as this goddess of battle. No idea who she was before. She's got a new name, new identity. As I mentioned, she made friends with the Weapon Master. Soon as he finds out, he's on a mission to get her back. The goddess of death lets him in on the secret that because Dalcreon raised the dead, there is a way to bring back who she was. Unfortunately, when he does this, it is much like Once Upon a Time, a life for a life. To bring her back to who she was, he sacrifices himself. Now she's really pissed at Dalcreon because now it's become even more personal than before. It's no longer just about the village, it's about her friend. So in the heat of battle, she finds out about the prophecy. It is Dalcreon's own child who is to destroy him. But she still has no idea that it's her. Until her mother reaches out from beyond the grave and tells her. She is on the ground about to die by Dalcreon's hand again when her mother is like, no, this is not your fate, get up. She becomes the goddess of warriors again, but now she is herself. This is where the campaign is at that point. That is the goddess that is watching them go through this at this point, alongside a few others that have some lore in the world. I'm still working on their stories. Crow, was that the first time I've told you that story, though? I don't think it is.
It's not
No,
the
it's
first
the
time
first
you
time
told
I've
me
heard
that story.
What did you say, Crow? I'm sorry, Ian kind of covered you up there.
First time I'm hearing about it.
I thought I told you that a lot. But that is the current lore world, is mainly her story. There are some others. There's one very that entire city that you guys are in is black and white for a reason. They are very connected to the god. They're very connected to the goddess of balance.
That makes sense.
Which, spoiler alert, I don't know if anyone on Twitch knows Ease to Anger on TikTok, but the whole reason we have a goddess of balance is Ease to Anger.
And with that, I am going to ask that we drop that name from this conversation because of previous events.
Okay.
But as much as I hate the name as well, he is the reason we have her. Her story has changed a lot after everything. Where she had a patron, she's now never had a patron in her life. She's a very interesting character. She is the very first and only werewolf vampire in this world. Only one. Her story is very difficult to put through.
We love a bit of difficult.
I love it. But you know how I am with my characters. They go through quite a bit of trauma before they reach where they're supposed to go.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I'm actually I'm still having trouble rewriting her escape from the lab that she comes out of. And she actually started out as a Harry Potter character, believe it or not.
She did?
She did. I'm talking about Krissa. Have I not introduced you to Krissa?
Oh! No, you have. I remember now.
I think you were... See, she's not the only Harry Potter character that I've put into a D&D world. We have Lilith, who came through...
Wait, Lilith?
The girl who stowed away on the Shadow ship as Bulbous.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. It's just I didn't think she came from the Europe. I didn't think she was a Harry Potter OC.
Her name is Lilith Snape, and you.
Yes, I forgot her last name. Like, if I've forgotten someone's last name.
Oh, Fairy, thank you for reminding me about that.
I'm sorry, what now?
What?
Fairy reminded me that I forgot to put the background music on.
Oh. But these are table mates. These guys are my family, really, actually. I refer to both of these guys as my brother. They're both my brothers.
Yep.
Bro, don't get me started. I will explain to them everything about the late night chats. Except for maybe the
No, someone said they forgot background music, so I put background music on.
Yes, I actually just dragged the background music into the scene because I completely forgot about it.
So,
it's in
never
there
go
now.
wrong with some good old Spanish fly.
No, these two both have very special reasons for being my brother. Actually, Ian has seen me through more mental breakdowns than I can count. So has Crow, but Crow's done. I'm gonna get to Crow in just a second about some of the special stuff he's done. I mean, Ian is one of the only players who has been with me since I discovered D&D and started trying to be a DM in the Smoking Barrel server.
Yeah, no, in all honesty, that's the first time I'd learned about D&D, and I ended up thinking it was cool, and now, years later, here we are.
It's my entire personality after that. But again, I was kicked from that table. That is where I met Balthy and everything happened. And then I met Crow over here at a server from a mutual of ours, who was actually also kicked from Smoking Barrel the first day that he came in, because he was kind of rude to the, moderators. Yeah, Ian's been here for emotional support. Crow over here has been here for health support. I am
the emotional support creature. That's the best way I can describe myself at this point. I am the emotional support creature.
No, he has been my health help for a very long time. There was a short time that I was going through not only an emotional time, but it was very bad for my health at the time. And this guy sat on the phone with me till 2, 3 a.m. my time. Basically making sure that A, I was okay, and B, that I would stay awake until my blood sugar, because I am a diabetic, till my blood sugar was safe. We actually left in the middle of a session. I was having an issue, and we left the call because I was having the issue.
You need to sort of stuff out.
No, we did recently do a late night chat again. Or well, it was late night for me. It was not late night for him. This guy had the sun still up, and he fell asleep. It was adorable. We've all fallen asleep in chat at one point. Us three.
Yep. I've done it many times, and at this point, I've done it so many times it's become my personality trait. Apparently.
No, it's not your personality trait. We just call it doing an Ian. It's a bit more than a personality trait, my guy.
It's just a thing. It's it doesn't really freaking matter. It's adorable. It's hilarious. And I actually
horrible.
I'm calling Bob out on this. I'm calling Bob out. I've called us three out. Bob has fallen asleep multiple times on the phone with me.
Yes, I have. And
it has been late night entertainment.
Because apparently there's some really weird shit that I say. Let me actually hold on. I can actually go back in our DMs actually, because you took notes at one point on what I said.
Wait, what?
So I talk in my sleep, apparently, and
No,
Haley,
I can recite it, Bob. I can actually recite it. There was one time, he looked out the window and he said something about flying monkeys, and then there was something about a mountain in our backyard. But the funniest ones that we've ever done, we were talking about Christmas, because apparently it was Christmas in the dream, and he's like, I can't get you a gift. I was like, well, how about we make something?
oh
and
my
he's
god.
like, well, and I said, well, how about a cake? Well, cakes stick to the ceiling. Okay, what about brownies? Brownies stick to the wall. Okay, what about cookies? Cookies float through the air. And then there was something about bacon floating. Apparently, I was a shapeshifter at one point. I turned into a penguin, a couch, then back into a penguin. It's so hilarious, and it's actually kind of fun, because every time he falls asleep, he's lucid dreaming. And when he says something, I will respond, and he will respond right fucking back.
It's so weird, because like I like it's so weird, because it is exactly a lucid dream. It is like I will hear Haley talk to me, because I wear an earbud normally. In fact, I can actually stream what earbud I wear. Don't mind that I've had these for literal years. Chat, do not blame. Don't judge me for this. But I wear.
It's been real. I had this guy convinced the dream was real.
Yeah.
At one point. He's like, is this real?
Wasn't there one time when I told you there was some sort of weird secret that I had?
Yeah, you were like, I can't tell you a secret. If this is real, I can't tell it to you. I can't tell it to you. And then when you figured out it was a dream, you said there was a bucket on my head.
Apparently, I couldn't tell you that secret if the thing was real.
And here I was sitting thinking it was going to be a secret, like what happened earlier today, or kind of like what some people had told me, and I was like, I swear to God, if you do it, I'm going to wake you up. I'm going to scream in your fucking ear until you wake up. And then I'm going to be like, hey.
So he just casually told you had a bucket on your head.
Apparently.
I know, and then he's like, "That's the secret," and I'm like, "No, that's not a secret." Now that I've told on him for what he does in his sleep, though, apparently, there was one night, me and Crow were on the phone, and I fell asleep. I fell asleep after he had been sleeping for a while, and all of a sudden, at like 4 a.m., my phone is apparently playing "Just a Dream" by Carrie Underwood, and I answer the phone because I apparently one of my other players had called me, and I had answered the phone while asleep, and he was like, "Well, why did you answer the call if you're not going to talk to me?" And apparently I told him several times, "This is just a dream." And then as I'm saying it for like the 6th time, I think he said, he goes, he's like, "Haley, are you okay?" And I simply go, "Wait a minute, that's not Zeke's voice." What the fuck? This guy can come into the chat where I'm dead asleep, like I can be out like a light blood sugar cave, and he will wake me up.
The fact that you were dreaming the entire time, the fact that you were asleep the entire time,
When did
and
you
then
go
you
live?
suddenly realize, what?
No, then I'm yelling at myself because another streamer friend just apparently has been live for I don't know how long, and I'm just now figuring it out.
Which streamer, if I can ask, is it one that I know?
Yes, family.
I don't got friends.
Is it my mom?
Mm-hmm.
It's who?
Yep, you called it first time.
Luna.
I asked her if she was going to join your stream. She said no. It's whatever. You saw me tag her and ask, even though that was actually hiding the fact that I was calling her to help me out with the situation.
She did say I don't know, so I guess she decided.
She's probably playing Raft with Faye
Yes.
or Legal.
She's playing Raft with Saki, Faye, Infernal Havoc.
And Dad.
Oh.
Dad, wonderful to know. Hi, guys.
I mean, there are
I
other
like
people
that.
in the voice chat, which I can literally call out right now, if you want me to.
There are other people in the chat?
Oh dear. Can we...
Or not, because apparently... Or that's... I don't fucking know, because I don't see them. Unless... Hold on.
Unless...
Yep,
Unless
there
they're in
they
a-
fucking are. Infernal Havoc, Luna the Kitsune,
Mhm.
Ray, and then Potato, Robert the Dragon King, and Saki.
So one of them is food.
Saki, we.
We don't mention that name.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
No, I meant potato.
Yes, Potato.
Crow, honey.
Can I eat them?
No. Potato. Isn't Potato the one I get to see in September in a white gown?
Yes.
Oh, hi.
Great.
How are you holding up? Because I'm a potato.
Sorry, Gladys reference.
Nerds. Y'all are nerds.
Okay,
You're dead too.
look, Haley, at some point I am having you watch me play through Portal. Fairy, how dare you? I am not food.
Are you sure about that?
Barry, you need to get my Discord from Kebab. I really want to talk to you because I do hear that you're a DM, and I am always looking for someone to give me advice.
Actually, Fairy, while you're here, because I know that you're here, would you mind if I sent your profile deets to Haley really quickly so that she can message you so you can talk D&D together? And I'm going to wait for that to go through because I know that there's about like a full minute of delay right now because Streamlabs is pissing itself.
Oh, a full minute.
Because Streamlabs is fucking pissing itself.
Also, I'm going to elbow Crow.
Hey, I was about to say, I'm just loving the fact that we're breezing over
I am
whatever
not
Haley was
food.
about to say to
Stop.
me.
Yes, you are. You're totally food. I'd eat you up.
Okay, so for reference, the reason why I'm screaming I am not food, there is a command in my channel, which is !food, because Fairy at one point saved up enough points, because one of my redeems is create a custom command. So she had me make an !food command, and it says kebab is food. And because, of course, it's a redeem, I cannot say no.
So here's the fun bit though, Kebab. You are a shish kebab.
Yeah.
Okay, Fairy, I will go ahead and send the deets.
Let's go.
Also, if anyone's wondering, in my end, it's probably Once Upon a Time season 3.
There's an ad.
There's a what?
Ads are going. Damn it.
Are you
Twitch
ever
does that.
tired? Are you ever tired of seeing the same old boring shit every day?
Bro, you sent me at least 2 of those before, and I saved them.
Mhm.
So you've sent me at least 2 of those images before.
Here. I'm sorry. I heard one of you saying like, "Oh, are you tired of doing an advertisement role?" So I'm sorry about this.
Want a break from the ads?
No, that's a great ad.
That's one of the Spotify ads, isn't it?
Yes, that is, and that's literally a sound clip in Rekka's server.
How come I've never heard it before then? Because I don't have premium on Spotify.
I don't know.
I do. Wonderful. But since we're talking about Spotify now, has anyone else been listening to the Epic the Musical? I know Kebab is.
Probably not.
I know Kebab is trying it because I have recommended him.
Yes, and
Anyone else?
so far from what I've heard, if I could fucking speak English correctly, damn it. But from what I've heard so far, I absolutely love it.
I have
Uh,
recommended it. I just went to a bookstore yesterday and actually got the Odyssey and the Iliad. So that's that. I'm excited because it is a musical about the Odyssey, and on Valentine's Day we are getting the Circe one, which means that we're getting the one where he's facing it, and she's like, he's like, "Lady of the Palace, sorry that I asked this. I hope that I've been misinformed. I've seen some scouts."
some scouts to take a look around through here, and we wound up at your doors. Goodies, we southern get a warm welcome, so I must ask just to be sure. Did you do something to them? Who, me? All I did was reveal their true forms. You turned them into pigs.
Huh. I don't know why you're here, but let me make this one thing clear. I've got people to protect, nymphs I can neglect, so I'm not taking chances here. You make one wrong move and you're done for. Anything I don't approve and you're done for. I can put a spell on you and you're done for. Boy, you better run or soon you will be done for.
Oh my god, Haley can sing.
No, I can't. I'm
She
tone
can.
deaf. Shut the fuck. No, I can't!
You just prove you saying you can't sing when you just sung in front of everyone.
I'm tone deaf as hell, guys. Come on.
Yes, and yet you're doing this absolutely incredibly well.
Mhm.
See, that one, I just did a video to it. You and I are now evenly matched. Our fates are intertwined, we're attached. No, that's not how it starts, though. Hold on. You know what? I can still access TikTok while I'm here. Hold on.
Oh my god, she has access to TikTok. Everyone run.
But you will fail at placing the spells on me. I just ate a flower, one that drains your power, so you better cower before me. You must be a liar. Mortals can't acquire money without dire consequence. Well, then I must be a god like you, because I got this root from the ground with my bare hands. Hermit gave it to you, didn't he? But regardless, you and I, yes. I'm excited for the series. I am. We got luck runs out in the Ocean Saga, and I know Kebab got lucky because he didn't hear any of the teases. And anyone who has heard the teases is going to know what I'm about to say. I really don't like what they did with you really cute pleases lines. I got ready to jam out to you could be caught off guard and end up losing your life or piss off this guy. I got so ready to jam out, and then they went and they slowed it down. And Kebab, you're lucky to not have heard that and been ready for that. This is the second time he's done it. He did it with Athena's first song. Granted, I am not used to the one that was released, but I was looking forward to what had been teased. So. Okay, who's playing the crickets? Don't make me mute your soundboards, guys. I can mute your soundboards.
That would be Ian.
You had to say.
Yes.
Thank you, Bob.
I was gonna have fun.
By the way, Haley, there you go. There's Fairy's profile.
I saw the screenshot come through. I will take a look at it here in a bit. I actually need to get rid of TikTok before it drains my internet. Oh, I already did. Haha. My brain.
Brain is 2 steps ahead of you.
Yes, my brain is 2 steps ahead of me. Can you believe that?
No, I can't.
2 steps ahead.
But then again, at least you have a brain.
So do you, Ian.
Do I?
If I
Yes,
only had a brain.
When they bloom.
Hey, Bob, by the way, I boop you.
I've been booped.
Oh,
I'm
sorry,
sorry.
that sounds a bit like a duck. The reaction sound.
I hope chat enjoyed that reaction. I wish I could have seen it, but we can't. Our cameras have been turned off due to lagging and shit.
I mean, if you guys won't be lagged out for another minute or so, then go ahead.
We're not gonna do it. Although me and Bob are definitely gonna have fun post stream.
I mean, as I said, my seeds of chaos have been sowed, so let's see when they flower. As in, whenever Haley looks at the messages I just sent her.
I told you 3. Ugh, did you send me more? Oh, you did send me more. You did send me more.
Should I be concerned again?
Debatable.
You had to send me.
Yeah,
that's a theme. Okay. That one's not. That one. Oh, why does that? Okay. Like, wait, Kebab, you said it's 18 plus, so we can talk about this kind of stuff, right?
Correct.
Okay, so
Right.
why does Jack Atlas X Yuseifa Fudo even exist? Why does that exist? Like, I've gotten
Why
over Akira, but Jack Atlas and Yusei, why? Just why?
Just wait until you see another one.
What?
Oh no, I saw those. Hold on, wait, which one? Hold on, now that you've said that, let me see. What the hell's going on in that first one? I don't. I have that.
Certain one with a guy in a red jacket
Why
where
does
he's on
that?
top.
Either they are 2 separate series, people.
Don't worry, everyone. This is not. She acts like this a lot. This is normal.
Shut up. Don't make. Shut up. Kebab's Rave Cave. Thank you for that invite.
Mm-hmm.
The rave cave.
Yes, it is.
Let me just
Bum, ba-da-bum.
I will worry about any intro things that I need to do later after stream, which our stream should be coming close to a close if
So
my
we
timing is right.
have about 45 minutes till we hit midnight.
So
Wait, 45 minutes.
Yeah, 45 minutes to midnight from me.
you know what?
For me, that was over 4 hours ago.
I'm gonna pose this question to the chat, actually, guys. Chat, and I realize there's a bit of a lag. What are some character tropes that you guys could do some good in a D&D campaign? Because I need some new ones. I've done basics. I'm running out here.
Please do not give her any. Please do not give her any good ideas.
Well, I mean, enemies to lovers is always a classic, but it's really hard to pull off within a D&D campaign if you don't have a bard. There's always the crazed serial killer stalker type vibe that you can have going on.
See, I don't even ask the chat. All I need to do is like fucking corner Crow and get Crow to talk. But I am asking the chat to see what they want to, because since we're going to try to start streaming through Bob, fair warning, those would be, we usually play a game around Saturday night, 6 p.m. I will warn you, Kebab, there was one time, the last session of the last campaign ran to like 3 a.m. Central Standard Time.
Apparently, Fairy wants to see my character turned into food.
Not happening! I'm not turning Kebab into food! Unless
I
it's
mean,
unless it's a snack for me.
we have a giant lizard who knows how to cook a good jambalaya. So,
But you also remember
Do not
what
pay
I
attention.
got.
Do not pay attention to the flaws in his character sheet.
I haven't seen his character sheet, so I don't know.
He's talking to me, obviously, there. Or me and Rumple. I need to get a hold of Rumple. Let him know that Kebab is joining our table, because I'm sorry, whether Rumple wants it or not, I feel like Kebab would be it'd be another comedic relief person like Ian and Crow here. And we
Have
can never
you
get to-
guys heard Perception Check by Tom Cardy before? I'm sorry to bring this up now,
Not
but I
yet.
just found this. You probably have heard it before. You probably just don't know it by that name. So,
Essentially.
Perception check.
I'm going to play this actually through here.
Oh dear.
So do that, and then
I mean, on the whole topic of turning Bob's character into food, that is also another trope that can happen where you have the party or specific people go on a quest to remove a curse from a newfound friend or a potential new ally.
very true. Very true.
You turn them to food.
No, Kebab's character is just a shish kebab with legs and arms.
I mean, Matori would eat that. Probably. Maybe.
He wouldn't even eat the jambalaya. What makes you think he'd eat that?
On the
Bob-
horizon
Fair,
of this
not a
forest
stick
path,
of
you see
ice.
a group of dark cloaked figures slowly
Oh,
trudging
yes, I've
towards
heard
you. What
this.
do you do? My half-orc barbarian braces her great hammer, and that's a 1. Critical fail. Steve, what do you do? Well, I believe in anticipation, my rogue would try and hide behind a tree. Okay, I rolled a 1. That's another critical fail. Tom, what does your human bard do? Active perception check. That's a natural 20. Let's fucking go. I feel it in my fingers, I feel it in my toes. These motherfuckers mean to harm us, and they got to go, so come on, get them now. You picked the wrong day to fuck around with my tight crew. Sounds good. I could perceive you, here's what we're gonna do. Me and my boys gonna mess you up. I rolled a 1. Fuck. My boys are the ones engaged. I'm gonna bring it home myself. Hey, I forgot. You're supposed to tell me what I see, right? Yeah, thank you. Let's just slow it all down a bit. So you notice that one of the hooded figures is a little shorter. I cast Vicious Mockery. Nat 20, let's go. You're a joke, motherfucker, and Everybody says
Nat 20 isn't even a roll to hit, it's a saving throw.
Motherfucking tiny short ass baby got a tiny little itty bitty body and I hate it. Your attack lands and absolutely shatters the mind of the cloaked figure. Perception check, please. Nat 20, let's go. You perceive the figure was so short because it was a child. It's always a kid. Specifically the child you've been looking for the last 15 days game time and 5 days of our actual lives. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't know I'll be better. His body's just lying there, right? Right? Yes. Don't. When I look at that kid's body, bitch.
I'm not
That
that
sums
bad.
up D&D. That sums up D&D pretty much. Is a Nat 1, one player rolling all the Nat 20s. They accidentally kill the important NPC. Ayo, check their pocket.
Yes.
So, that's not usually, like I said, that's not usually how I run.
Yeah,
Anyway,
usually you walk. Usually we walk.
that's it, everybody. He's gonna be here all week. Please give him a round of applause. He's amazing. I cast vicious mockery on my brother.
Boo.
You roll a natural one.
Seriously.
Seems you,
I stare him in the face and just go boo.
Okay, so here's the thing. A lot of the time, these guys will have absolute shit luck, and I will be rolling natural 20s because, like, my dice love me all to fucking hell. But actually, last session they did pretty good. I think you had an intimidation roll, and you rolled a nat 20 on it, Crow? Am I remembering correctly?
Yes.
yes.
So-
yes.
The dice are actually playing.
Stares at the last campaign where I invented the pimp smack of ghost. The pimp smack of remove curse.
Yeah.
No.
In all honesty, with the way you actually got on that 20 on that, you could say you were on a roll.
Damn it, you had that ready as well.
Yep.
I hate you, Ian. You're gonna be the reason I don't sleep tonight.
The council awards you one singular slow clap.
Anyway, I mean, I guess I could just let it go because the cold doesn't bother me anymore. You know, turn away, slam the door, and that open door, right?
No, love is a closed door
In your face.
and should be conducted behind closed doors.
That's probably best.
We're all gonna head into the unknown anyway for the first time in like forever. Is there
Well, I
anything-
guess I better tell everybody I'm on my way then.
Tell everybody I'm on my way. No,
Go
come
back
on.
to when Disney songs were actually kind of good. Back when they had Mr. Disney on them.
Hey, Kebab.
Yeah.
I dug my key into the side.
Don't
of
even
this
fucking tempt me, I swear to God. I will get it out.
Type my name into it.
Hey, don't get out on stream, okay? Save that for afterwards.
Look at Louisville.
Yeah, no, you're on. Yeah, no, Bob, you're on Twitch, not YouTube. You can't get away with just casually pulling it out.
We're talking about the black and orange Twitch, right?
No,
My.
no, YouTube. Remember I Show Meat? That whole situation.
Oh yeah. I remember.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
don't
there
worry
was a
about it.
guy.
Don't worry about it.
Just go into YouTube and search up I Show Speed, and you'll see a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I almost don't want to now.
That's the point.
There's a reason his name became I Show Meat for a quick second.
Not
the worst thing he's done, to be fair. I mean, the worst thing he probably did was the whole redacted.
So
You know, crypto and other things.
I am very curious.
Or at
Though,
least allegedly.
has anyone from the chat answered my question on tropes?
Fairy has suggested turning me into food and also having someone in the party turn on everyone.
Emmett, not again.
Did she miss the part where I had that planned and then I couldn't do it?
Well,
Oh,
there
no.
is,
No, all those. I
no,
heard you say all no.
no,
all
but
those,
she said, she said, I had to do something real life. What did I miss? A while ago. This was a while ago. And I told her we were just going over lore at that point. But yes, we did have someone, turn in the last session. And Haley had, someone roll a D6. Is that correct?
I rolled the D6.
D6 for alignments.
So this actually comes from the name that I'm not going to speak again. He had a god of games who he'd roll every time we encountered him. He'd roll a D6. D1 was chaotic, or 1 was like a chaotic good. There was lawful good, neutral good, like all of that. But we didn't even cover the neutrals. We just covered good and evil. And 6 was chaotic evil. So when they're all sitting at this feast, and the new goddess of death is sitting there at the head of the table enjoying it, and I was like, hold on a second, let me do this. And I rolled a 6. So she went from neutral to chaotic evil, and actually, Zeke's character was a warlock to god of death. The goddess of death before her, and then now to her, because all of the contracts just kind of over. But instead of he avoided an alignment change. Let's put it that way.
Well, when the crazy man starts to like people and gains attachment, and then he feels himself starting to betray them, he puts up his mental barrier to stop the evil voices talking to him anymore. So then he ended up holding out on a pirate ship for like a good 5-6 years, and then his god dies and is taken over by a new god, and they're perfectly chill. So he's like, cool.
And then now he's got another goddess if we actually do bring him back in at all. But then again, I'm not sure.
The entire time. Yeah, no, the entire time he's either hiding out on the pirate ship or going up to people that are cursed and just giving them the good old backhand with remove curse to exorcise them, because it worked.
You loved that. You absolutely adored that. It was absolutely
Baldus was an entire joke character that was way too serious for his own good, but just serious enough to where it was funny.
I mean, it was very funny.
It was actually kind of so Crow at my table, she knows how to build broken ass things, and half the damn I'm not ready for them. I might be ready for this one. We'll see. But half the
It
time
might be.
just focus
I'm
on
a druid. You're
just
not
focus
ready.
on-
Hello, Casey. Welcome in. We're just having kind of like a chill kind of podcast.
Yeah, we're gonna try to do this through
We've
Bob.
officially gone from a stream to a podcast.
Well, that's what the feel of this is. It's giving the vibe of a podcast, does it not?
Mainly
I
'cause I'm
don't know. I've not been a part of a podcast before.
For full warning as to why I'm sitting here laughing going, I'm a druid, you're not ready, Haley, is druids have access to a little thing called wild shape at like 2nd level, maybe even 3rd level.
Oh, do you know
When they are in their wild shape, they can retain all of their features outside of spellcasting, which means feats affect the creature they turn into as well.
Mm-hmm.
you're acting like I haven't read the books lately again.
No, I'm well aware. I'm just
Probably
sitting here
haven't.
being like, you're not ready for what I can do.
Have a good drive home.
Do you
Casey.
see what I mean when I tell you, Bob, that I need someone on my side? Not just with the danger flutes, but
Yes. Speaking of which, last night we were when everything went down. There was a point when am I allowed to talk about the whole mental thing with them?
Which mental thing? Or if we're talking about my condition, I'd rather not, because they are a bunch of people I don't know, and I'd rather not deal with that.
Fair enough.
But there was one point when someone came out and said, "We're on Uncle Cooper's page. Why?"
What?
So, Uncle Cooper, one of the things he did on TikTok is he had a bunch of people send him videos of, like, adorable, fluffy, little dangerous animals. Like, for instance, baby tigers, hyenas, coyotes, like, baby animals like that. Another one was a baby white panther. And his reaction was always like, "I don't care how much it costs. Give me the cute little danger floof. Give me how much is it gonna cost? How much is the enclosure gonna cost?"
I'm gonna admit this. I straight up told Bob, I'm like, I am childish when it comes to petting these things. Crow over here was actually the first one to respond to one of my TikToks where I responded to a tiger. The tiger goes roar, and I was like, I want to pet the kitty, and he's like, no, not friendship. And I'm like, yes, I don't care.
Haley is
Not gonna lie,
living.
if you guys-
Haley is just the living Haley is just the living embodiment of, if not friend, why friend state.
Yeah.
You realize that if a displacer beast existed, I don't care if the last thing I see is the fucking dog on my face. I'm gonna pet it. I want to pet it.
Displacer Beast actually existed. Did you would not be among the mortal realm anymore?
That's fair. And again, by all technicality, I already beat her to the punch on that one because I have the Displacer Beast plush. So.
So here's the fun part, though. So I have a group that we like do Harry Potter role plays. I am looking at you, Koshi. If you're in here, I'm looking at you. I know what you did last night. I saw you. Bob knows I saw you. But we do Harry Potter role plays all the time, and he likes to throw in D&D. He doesn't fully understand D&D. He doesn't get it. He's working on it, but he doesn't get it yet. And one of our things was we went out into a winter storm, and we found these displacer beasts that were white. I didn't want to break it to him that they couldn't be white because, it's his world, whatever. I have white displacer beasts in Galatea. Spoiler for the future reference. But all of us ended up getting chosen. Like, we didn't pick them. We got chosen by displacer beasts. Like, by these little white pups.
They were picking their food.
Unfortunately for us, that world came to an end because we met someone new. And I will admit this much: since that someone new came in, I haven't really been able to be a part of the role plays in that group anymore. So. Also,
Madam Casey in my chat says, "I agree. If not friend, why friend shaped?"
Thank you, Casey. I love you.
To be fair, if there was
Please,
one
you do not
creature I wish was real, to be fair, if there was actually one creature that I wish was real from D&D, I would so want an owl bear.
I fucking saw it coming. I was about to say owl bear. Damn it. No, can we talk about? Okay, spoiler alert for anyone who has not watched Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. When she wild shapes into that owl bear and throws the bad guy and starts beating him, I looked at Mom and I was like, I think they've had enough. You want what he's having? No. That's what I thought. Justice for Gotham!
Gotham!
No, it was very nice. And that was the first time Mom actually did anything to do with D&D in a positive way. And she's like, I still don't get it, but I see why you might like it. Because she thought I was attracted to, like, the creatures. She still doesn't understand the fun of the stories.
Mm-hmm.
The stories are fun. Although
No.
if a creature ended up existing that was tameable, I'd probably go for a dragon.
Actually, the last time I played it, I actually got to play at DM Asmodeus' table. I actually got to play at it. He still hasn't played at mine, but we have agreed that he will eventually because I played at his. And my character rolled a nat 20 on animal handling. My character tamed a nightmare, a chaotic evil horse. And mind you, my character is fucking neutral. So, unfortunately, I had to give that up. We never continued. I don't know what. What? What are you laughing about?
So Casey says, yeah, see, I'd probably friend about anything but Danger Noodles and Buggos.
Okay, yeah, no, I agree.
Danger Noodle. I like snacks.
Yeah, see, I want a Danger Noodle. Honestly, I want a Danger
No,
Noodle.
why? You ever get one? You better not show me.
Why?
You're a Slytherin. How do you not like snakes?
Just because
Do
I
you
am
want the danger noodles or the nope ropes?
Yes.
just because I am the house.
Because you have danger noodles, which are the small, skinny ones, but then you have the nope ropes, which are the big boys.
Mm-hmm.
The big boss.
I don't care. They're all bad to me. The only good snake is a dead snake. And for your question, Ian, one, I am not just a Slytherin. I am what is known as a Slither Claw. Get it right. If you're gonna mention my house, get the combined name right. And then
You're still Slytherin, though. You might be a Slytherin, but by definition, you are still Slytherin.
just because I am a Slytherin does not mean that I get along with Salazar Slytherin's little pet. I'm not a parcel mouth. I don't care. And no, the only reason I'm there is because I am so fucking selfish on occasion. I will ditch you just to survive.
Yep, I can understand that. You probably wouldn't do that.
Look,
So
I
in the
love-
event of a zombie apocalypse, you're dying first. Got it.
Yeah.
now in the event of a zombie apocalypse, Panzer's keeping me safe. I'm fucked. But Panzer, as long as I can survive long enough for Panzer to get up here, I'm safe.
So basically, you're screwed.
You act like I haven't been stuck in this house for months.
No, I'm not saying that.
No, trust me. I can live in this house without even opening the door long enough for him to get up here. I fucking pulled it off while waiting for my paycheck. I still need to find a new job, but I did it. I can fucking survive. I'm screwed if I ever leave, but I'm not. I'm fine.
You're fine if you don't leave, but you're not fine if you don't leave, but you're also not fine if you leave.
I'll find a way. Don't forget, Drider gifted me a shark.
Get you a what?
A shark.
A shark. P, not K.
Sharp.
A shark.
Crow has seen it. Crow has seen that thing in pictures. I'm still learning how to use it, but I
I
also
would
have
not trust you. I would not trust you with something sharp.
no. Okay, no. He handed it to me, and I was like, you know, Baka is going to be so mad that you handed me anything sharp. And he's like, look, your blood will not end up on this blade. I have yet to break that promise. You know me. I don't like breaking my promises.
True.
Which is why today was very rough. But
Wait, what?
you and I will have that conversation when we're not on stream.
Okay.
And we'll probably text. Although I hope after the stream you get some sleep.
I make no promises, but I will try.
Just glares down at Crow now.
Well, technically, you glare to your right because that's where he is on my stream.
That's fair.
Well,
You're gonna sleep tonight, right, Crow?
What was that? I feel like a death stare is being done at me for absolutely no reason. I have done nothing wrong. Nothing proven the court of law.
Quite literally, we just said, Haley just said, like, oh, we're doing glares at Crow.
I'm just glaring at you, so because you're gonna get some sleep after the stream is over, right? I have a feeling.
Yes. When the stream finishes at like 6 in the evening for me.
You're good. You're good for another 5 hours. But I have a feeling Kebab's gonna pull some stuff. Bob, you do have my permission to do what you did last night again if it's as rough as I think it's gonna be after stream.
Okay.
So,
However, to get to that point, I'm going to need you to trust me, okay?
you know I already do. I already trust you. You pulled it off last night.
I know, but that was a different set of circumstances because, like, shit happened before then.
No kidding. I still
Did
feel.
you at least buy her dinner first, my guy? God damn.
God damn you, Crow!
Oh, good lord.
Do you see what you're gonna be dealing with at
Hey,
my
you
table?
said the limits were off.
Mm-hmm.
And you said the limits were off.
Yep, I did. It is set to 18 plus.
So, but no, you have my complete permission. I do still feel the bump on the back of my head from hitting the back of my head on the counter, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Once again, I know I did not, I didn't do things quite the way I normally do last night because normally I would try to tell you what I'm going to do beforehand, but I knew if I did tell you that you wouldn't have allowed me to do it.
Walls would have been up. At least as many walls as I could have handled putting up. But no, I'm actually shocked that you were the first person to ever manage that because I honestly thought the first person who would be able to manage that would have been Crow. Then again, Crow hasn't even tried, so.
Wait.
Getting Haley into a state of hypnotic trance.
That's because I don't quite know how to do hypnosis yet.
See, now I've actually been trained on how to do that, and when I say I've been trained, like I kid you not, when I say that, I mean like I actually have been trained.
Now, I want chat to understand something real quick.
That's not me going to sit there and do self-study. I want to have people that...
Yeah, and that's the thing is,
I
it
would
wasn't
like to
self-study
have-
for me either. It was actually someone who knew what they were doing and someone who was actually trained, teaching me how to do things.
It's a stream,
Anyways,
you know?
Yep. Little, you were gonna say something in chat?
I would like chat to understand something here real quick. I hit my head before it happened. I had been hit by trauma, and I was just not in my right mind. Had I been in my right mind, even with him trying it at all, wouldn't have worked because I'm not a person to trust people with my mind at all. I don't like it. I've had too many people embarrass me in other ways when I was fully active and awake. I'm not one to let people do things to my mind while I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But yeah. But I was gonna say, I have actually been trained by someone who actually is like an official like hypnotist, so I actually do know how to do it, and a lot of it is like just through getting the person relaxed.
Which,
Yeah.
like I said, I was fighting sleep,
Mm-hmm.
so. I still remember the first countdown, so I know it didn't work.
The first countdown did not work. However, the second one.
So, also, look at the one leave our chat and look at us now. How many people are in your stream?
So I hide my viewers because I've fallen into the numbers game too many times. So I don't look at how many
The
viewers I
content
have.
creator spiral.
Yep, and that's why I hide that.
Yeah, the content creator spiral is a bitch. Yeah,
Also,
as someone that studied
Oh, that is cute. That
took
is
film
really
and
cute.
animation courses
Wait,
for
what is that?
university.
What is that?
What is what?
Here.
What is what?
Haley,
On your screen.
Haley, no.
look on your screen, you dodo bird.
No, I broke it! I broke it! No, we're putting it
Well,
back
I mean,
together.
her camera's frozen, so all I see is shoulder.
Fuck you. No, I have a puzzle eraser here that is of a strawberry sweet tart.
Mm.
So,
Well, first of all, that is sounding rather cute, and second of all, no, thank you.
third of all, no, sorry, honey, no. We've already agreed you're the cuddle bug, not the fucker. No, I've got buddies all over the world.
The
I've
usual
got,
position for me.
I've got Crow here from fucking New Zealand. I got Ian here from England. I got Edge from fucking Australia.
I mean, you got me from Ohio.
Traitor.
You?
You don't exist.
No, I don't. You're perfectly right. I'm just a hologram. Haley, what was that
Damn
you
it,
cut
not
out?
again.
What was that you cut out?
I said only in Ohio, bitches. We only have 13 minutes left to stream if I'm counting down correctly.
Correct you are.
Hey, she's right for once.
How dare? How dare?
I'm not even gonna answer that, Ian. I'm gonna walk away from you.
What's the saying?
Fair, I would.
What's that old saying about grandpa? You know, about broken clocks? They're at least right twice a day.
She's not kidding. She actually did walk away from her screen entirely.
I don't
Oh, I'm
know.
well aware, but she can probably still either A, still hear us because we're in her headphones, or B, she can still hear us because she's actually still nearby.
Um,
Or whatever she's using for her camera.
Yes.
Hmm.
So, for you guys, Crow, I know I've talked to you about just about random stuff. Ian, favorite genre of music by chance?
Pardon?
Favorite genre of music?
I don't know. I don't have a favorite genre, but I tend to stay away. I tend to steer away from things like metal and heavy rock.
Yeah, now see that's where we differ.
Coward.
Because
I'm not a coward. It just hurts my ears.
well, if not mixed properly, yes. However, if it's mixed properly, then it shouldn't. As I can say because I have actually produced a heavy rock / metal album.
I mean, I just look over at my Spotify playlist I have at the moment, and it will deviate from anything from like Whitesnake, Metallica, to Powerwolf, Sabaton, Nightwish, Amon Amarth, all the way over to. My music taste is various.
Do you do anything like
So
electronic?
mine. Oh, me.
Do I dig
both of
anything
you?
more electronic?
It's
Well,
kind of depends, but
Have these Kamala, Daft Punk. I kind of stay away from Skrillex. I kind of look more for the EDM house kind of stuff rather than the big
Daft Punk is
super
good.
bassy stuff. But I'll still dig that every now and then.
I mean, I won't ask if you do like hardstyle because as I know hardstyle and especially Frenchcore, hardstyle and Frenchcore are definitely acquired tastes.
No, it's,
French core.
I mean,
Yeah, Ian,
Yeah,
I'll have to
French
play
core is
stuff for you at post stream when I mute here because I don't want to get DMCA'd by Twitch, but I have examples of French core ready to play actually.
yeah,
So
like if you're sitting there thinking stuff like Skrillex is hardcore for like the techno R&B rhythm stuff, stares at Japan and then looks at France.
Did not play the French stuff in that mod.
Oh,
yeah, I know that's why I said like when I'm not like when people are muted and stuff. Also, that way I don't get DMCA'd by Twitch because that would be a great way to fucking end it. But I don't want to do that.
Great way to stream.
We got 9 minutes in
Yep.
total.
9 minutes left of the regular podcast, and then we'll do outros, and we will raid.
Oh, we actually get to do outros? Yay.
Yes. Sorry I didn't have you guys do intros. I really should have.
That's alright. All I just said was hello, and that's enough for me.
Yes.
Even if I had, I would have been like, hey, it's Haley Black, what's up? I don't do fancy intros now. Outros I might do. I might do something to try to weed out some people here. Actually, I'm gonna do it now. Be awesome and stay awesome, peeps. Let's see how many people recognize that. Oh no, there's a certain person who
God,
plays.
that's some ancient YouTuber outro.
Well, we'll see if people recognize it from YouTube or from TikTok, and if they recognize it from TikTok, Kebab, you have your answer for blocking. There's only one TikToker that I know of that still uses that.
Like I said, I'm sitting there being like, God damn, that is some ancient YouTube stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The guy who does it is a fucking old ass idiot.
Anyways, none of them should be in here that I know of.
Well, safe because I know he does a Twitch stream of World of Warcraft on occasion. So.
Sorry, I see that DM. Thank you. You have full permission to run that. Mod just let me know they might run a guide the raid command.
Mm.
Oh.
Let's see.
Anyway, Ian must have gotten caught being awake at this time.
Because apparently...
I brewed me some hot cocoa for this entire stream, and instead I've been drinking water. Stay hydrated, folks! Well, it says the most dehydrated bitch probably in chat.
And you're talking to the person who's currently drinking Pepsi.
Sits here in the absolute summer of the southern 80 degrees Fahrenheit, but humid as heck.
Lucky.
No, not lucky. I hate summer.
Haley, you were saying?
And I'm back.
So that's New Zealand for you folks. Although, Pro, if you go out, I do need more environmental pictures before next session.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll be taking some at some point.
Anyways, welcome back, Ian.
Hello. And no, Haley, it was not because I got caught. It's because I had to go to a loo. I don't think you want that. I don't think any of you want to hear that.
No, and I don't think anyone on Twitch wants to hear that either.
No.
Knowing the things I do about certain communities and people.
Okay.
Anyway.
Listen, when you're...
So, yeah.
You don't support Bad Dragon?
We do have 5 minutes.
Yes. 5 minutes, then we'll do outros and raid.
To put it quite simply, the things I have seen, the things I know. both about weird internet history as well as dramas, as well as just general world history. Like the fact America actually has a bunker for cheese.
Wait,
Wait, is
what?
a bunker for cheese?
America contains a bunker for cheese. Not military weapons, not anything, not diamonds, not cash. Literal wheels of cheese.
What?
Y'all,
I mean,
Yeah.
it's a necessity.
just remember, this is the same guy who, after I have told him multiple times to pronounce my state's name correctly, will purposely mispronounce it to piss me the fuck off.
Because I will pronounce it the way it is spelled, Arkansas.
Arkansas, Kansas!
Jesus.
How many crickets?
And I will pronounce it the way it is spelled, Arkansas.
Does that mean you'd say the UK as uck then?
No, I call it as traitors. Or colonizers, or those people over there.
I'm pretty sure you're
This
making
is-
making Haley want to come over and eat all your cheese.
Yes, no. Y'all, I will find you, I will eat all your cheese, and then your broccoli, and then everything else. I don't care what
You
it is.
can have the,
Cool, then I can.
yeah, can have,
Cool, then that
You
just
can have
means
the
I can whip up cauli and broccoli. That means I can just whip up cauli, broccoli, and cheese sauce.
you can. In all honesty, you can have the broccoli. It's the cheese. If you touch the cheese, then
I will have your
your
cheese.
hand's coming off. If you touch my cheese, your hand's coming off.
Grommet.
We forgot the cheese.
Cheese, Grommet. She wants my cheese.
Okay. On that note, have you ever thought of like how Grommet must like think if Grommet could speak, he's like, "Oh great, Wallace, you forgot the fucking cheese again, you big dum dum."
Okay, real quick, Ian.
Oh no. Whenever I picture Grommet talking, I just picture thick Scottish or thick Irish.
Real quick thing, Ian. Do remember it is against TOS to make threats. So, yeah, I will eat all your cheese.
Mm-hmm.
It's
This
not
is why
a
I
threat,
said
it's a promise.
This is why we're saying that we're going
And
to
also for
eat
legal
all
reasons.
your cheese and all your broccoli and all your food.
You know what I usually
Exactly, because it's not a. Yes, because it's not a threat. It's a promise, and also for legal purposes, these are all jokes.
Yes.
Yes, for legal purposes, this is all joking. Actually.
Yes. For everyone who is watching, for everyone
It's
who is
why the
listening, this
word-
is all a joke.
Yes.
It is why when you are talking
like
about a
you.
drama, you always state allegedly.
Yes.
Because trust me, that saves you a whole ton of shit in terms of legal backfire.
Oh yeah, that does. Or like, oh great, Gromit, you just forgot the fucking cheese, lad. Oh great, now we're gonna have to go somewhere else to get the cheese.
Like, Willis, you done better. You forgot your goddamn cheese. I don't gotta go over your butcher and get some goddamn cheese, man.
Avoid
Jesus Christ.
on the corner of wood things. Avoid hitting your shoulder blade on this stuff. This hurts. Ow.
Fair.
Well, yeah, if you're hitting your shoulder blade against something hard, it's gonna hurt whatever it hits, and you.
I am going to go and drink all your drinks now, as well as eat all your food.
Cool, you'll be dealing with a very pissed off my mom.
Very pissed off my mom.
And then after that, she'll eat all
Because
your
that means
candy
you're also
as
going
well.
to be drinking all of her.
Oh, the
Well,
candy
if that happens, then that's not only dealing with. Well, no, if that happens, then that means she's staying in the country for a while because that'll send her into a certain shock.
Oh, you can.
your
We got-
voice.
She got that there. She has them there, betas.
My buddy, my dude, while I might be staying for a while, it's gonna be hard to put me into one of those when it's your voice that I'm hearing. Or have we forgotten how you've woken me up from when I was dead ass asleep?
Need I remind you the amount of sugar we have compared to your shit?
I thought America was
We
the one
got
that
them not only artificials, but Well, yeah, but we have artificial and natural sugars. New Zealand's actually quite high up on the world obesity rate. The only reason America outclasses a lot of countries is because its country itself is obese.
Mm-hmm.
Bob,
Yeah.
For
Bob,
context,
you might want to hold me back before I go over there, eat all his cheese, drink all his drinks, eat all his candy, and then find something else to eat.
cool, and that just means I get to duct tape you to a chair and make you watch horrible Disney parodies.
Okay, guys. Okay. I'm kind of with Bob here on the message I just saw.
So we'll finish up this topic, finish this conversation, and then we will do outros and shit. So anyone else have anything to say on this topic?
Cheesecake.
Cheesecake, yes! yes.
Yes, give all the cheesecake.
I am in agreement. Cheesecake is good.
It is. This is very good.
But that's starting a new topic, guys. We said finishing
But then
up
it's not quite as good as a cake that is a rainbow cake. Well, it's not only as good as cheesecake is only topped, in my opinion, by a rainbow cake covered in what tastes like bubblegum icing and then a whole bunch of sour candy on top with a giant
Ooh.
Don't forget
lollipop
that.
sticking out of the top of it. That was my birthday cake.
You're cutting out, Haley.
Don't
Don't-
forget to go to the ceiling.
You don't forget to. Nah. That's just
Cake
the way
sticks to the ceiling.
Ceiling cake is better than no cake.
Yes.
That's true.
And on that note,
That's
I would
true.
like
Just like floor waffles
to.
are better than no waffles.
And on that note, I would like to thank Ian,
G'day, mate.
Haley,
Night, guys.
and Crow.
Stay beautiful, you sexy mother lovers.
Thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed this
Thanks,
format. We might. Haley, do you think we could possibly pull this off again?
We will probably pull this off on a Saturday if we can. When we're not running a session, like this coming Saturday, maybe if you want to.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to.
Sweet.
Yep. Thank you guys so much. Once again, this is Ian, Haley, and Crow. If anyone wants to find any more of you guys, do you have any socials you want to plug? Do you have anything you want to plug?
Find me at Krista Black Riddle on TikTok, also known as at Slytherin Queen CBR, all lowercase, or Haley Black on Discord. Though I will be asking you where you came from if you add me on Discord.
I'd rather suggest not plugging your Discord, because then you're possibly gonna have a bunch of people wanting to be your friend and friend requesting you, and then you have a whole bunch of problems on your hands.
Again, I will ask each where you came from.
Yes.
Yeah.
Crow, anything you want to plug?
I have socials, but I don't ever post on them. They're more just for messaging stuff, so good luck finding them. And if you do, I'll probably either add you and ask where the hell you came from, or just never talk to you again. So good luck, Internet. Do your best.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much. My name is Cloud Music. Thank you to my wonderful, wonderful guests. Fairy, you're in chat right now. I just saw you message. Who do you want to raid? And of course, now we wait.
Dun, dun, dun,
Say it's
dun, dun, dun,
$5
dun,
on
dun,
Luna.
dun, dun, dun,
Well,
dun.
All right.
I think I'm gonna.
we
I'm
don't
gonna head
have
off
to
now,
do that.
so-
Haley, you cut out on that last
Well,
bit there. What was that?
I said I got $5 on Luna if she's still streaming.
Oh, wow. Oh, I did not expect that from Fairy. Okay.
What?
Okay. So we're rating Freya's Fire VT.
Who?
So
Someone
Oh, would you look at that? You owe us $5.
again. That's the third time I lose $5 to eat, and I owe him like $15 now.
Yeah.
anyways, remember when we're here,
I think
the
in my
points-
case, it's more like 20 or 30.
Remember, when
Guys-
you're here, the points don't matter, and absolutely no one wins because absolutely fucking everyone wins, including the fucking chat. Thank you all so much for joining. It really does mean the absolute fucking world. Once again,
Live,
this
laugh,
is...
love, have fun.
Yep, once again, this is Ian, Haley, and Crow. Thank you all so much.
G'day, mate.
More waffles are better than no waffles.
All right.
Yep.
Remember, take care of yourselves, folks. We all love you. Take care of yourselves. Stay hydrated. Much love.
So,
Live, laugh, love, and all that stuff.
3, 2,
guys,
1,
guys, let him end it.
and
Come on.
we've rated.
Okay, so Kebab, you wanted to show these